Now we're diving on deep into a great conversation with the Port of Shelton. We've got Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith in for Port of Call today. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. Looks like northwest weather has come back.
Messy, windy. And, I saw a lot of trees, branches down on my way in this morning.
Yeah.
I'd imagine this blustery weather causes quite a lot of work for the maintenance crew up there on the port properties, especially the airport there. It's so flat. That wind comes whipping up there.
The worst part's the marina, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, last week we talked about one of the docks. It was kind of hanging on by a thread.
Yep.
How's all that stuff going?
Well, it's hanging on.
Yeah,
Still.
yeah. The guys, secured it as best they could, and it's hanging.
Okay.
So, yeah. We did have our insurance company take a look, so, we'll see what they come up with. But, yeah, it gets a little dicey. The airport, the nice thing about the airport is, it lacks quite a few trees, so it's not like a tree's going to come down and hit the runway.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just flooding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, what have you guys been working on over the last week or so?
Well, we had our combined city-county port meeting here last week.
Yeah.
All three commissions got together and had a good discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about issues that concern all of us, or in some cases between two entities.
The annexation of some of that
Annexation
marina
was
there.
one of them. Was a large discussion that we needed to get out and discuss economic development issues.
Yeah, I'd say UGA.
UGA, that's right.
So that
UGA expansion
and mental health, the triage and different things going on.
wow,
so that was kind of the main topics of discussion. Yeah, it was really, really good.
It was free flowing. It wasn't a structured kind of, which is what we wanted. Mm-hmm. We wanted to do that so you could have a free flow of ideas between the various groups.
And quite a few in the public attendance.
Oh, good.
And so that was good too. Yeah.
Yeah. There was probably 10, 15 people.
At least, yeah.
Filled up our room.
I saw the picture. That looked pretty tight in there. One of the things that does involve all three, the county, the city, and the port, we just briefly talked about it, was the annexation of that last little bit of the marina. How's that coming? Because we started talking about that last year, or even the year before that.
Yeah, it's been going for a long time.
Yeah. Are we going to get this done this year?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like it's on track. Ryan at the city said that hopefully, if not January, hopefully early February. So we're hopeful that he sounds like they had other bigger items like, getting their comp plan amendments done and that kind of thing. So we understand that. But yeah, we're ready to have that done.
And is this going to do much for the day-to-day user of the marina, or is it mostly for paperwork and duplication of paperwork for you guys?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, the day-to-day marina tenant wouldn't even notice because two of the boathouses down there, and one happens to be one of our commissioners, they're cut in half, basically. And so the boathouse is partway in the city, partway in the county. It's logistically permitting.
Yeah.
We don't want to permit things twice, but that's more on our part. You don't have to permit a boathouse. So there's just various things that matter. I think from a really high level kind of bureaucracy side of it, when we do our leasehold tax, our quarterly payments for leasehold tax, we as a port collect everything we lease. So when we lease to any tenant, industrial, marina, hangar, anything, we collect 12.84%, and that's a state law, and it goes, and we collect it, and quarterly we submit it to revenue. And then revenue doles that out to cities and counties. Oh. So that becomes an issue. We can't just say it all goes to the city, it all goes to the county.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be now split up. So that's just, one piece of, instead of just accounting for, this is the city portion, it's, 8 of these are city, it's just another piece.
Then when you do any construction or repairs that require permits, it requires 2 permits in certain areas of it. And that, to my mind, is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a bureaucratic...
It's just a mess.
Mishmash to do that. Yeah. And it's expensive it doesn't cost all that much, but it is costing the taxpayers of the port money to do that, to permit it twice.
Yeah.
To permit any project twice that's in that area.
And going through a SEPA process is never fun. Then when you have to go through it twice, it would be.
So it's let's just get it over with.
Sure.
Move on.
Let's hope to get that done in the first quarter of this year.
Yeah.
Then. What else is the port working on?
Well, I have some great news.
Yeah?
Yesterday we got acknowledgement. Lights are flickering.
They sure are.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
We got acknowledgement that we're going after another CERB loan grant with another tenant, and that tenant happens to be Lynch Creek Farm.
Okay.
And so we got approved for Tier 1, and yesterday we got notice of that late yesterday, and so now we're on to Phase 2, and so that's a quick turnaround. We have to turn everything in by January 30th, and
Wow.
so that's on track. But just as a side note, I'm going to head to legislature tomorrow morning. There's a Senate hearing on CERB because apparently it hasn't been funded in next year's budget. The governor took that funding and put it into affordable housing built on old brownfields sites, which are toxic cleanup sites. And so we're going to push really hard. And our Public Ports Association, WPPA, they're very on this. And so they will be there. I'm going more as a number of support. But as you know, we did entertain and got selected for the grant loan with Fraser Metalworks, and Ben Fraser's going to be there. And I think he'll testify.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because this is a huge impact on rural communities and the ability to do this work when, we're suffering with lack of jobs and low incomes. And this is a huge program that helps that. And to not fund it is really detrimental.
Yeah.
So
sounds like it. So that's going to be a Senate hearing tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow morning. And then the
keep our
House
eyes on
hearing
that
will
one.
be next Tuesday. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So-
Wow. Well, that's very important. That's great that you're getting out there ahead of that to talk a little bit about the benefits. I mean, we've got such a local great example
That's right.
Sure.
to pass along.
You got it.
Anything else that you guys have been working on this week? So I look forward to hearing a little bit about that next week.
Yeah, I'll
That'll
let
be
you know.
coming next week. No, I think that's... Yeah, it's not really, this is the mundane time of the year.
Yeah,
We're just
kind of a slow
pushing
time.
through the paperwork and things that we need to do for projects upcoming. We did pass a resolution yesterday. We, the commission, passed the first resolution of 2017 for the CERB grant.
Oh, okay.
We had to have a resolution supporting the CERB grant.
Yep.
So we did
was
that
good.
yesterday.
Very
Move
good.
along. And I didn't know, wow. We didn't, when we had the
didn't
meeting,
know.
we didn't know that we'd gotten through Tier 1. So
That's great.
Yeah,
On the
it was
process.
later.
On
Yeah,
the
after
process.
the meeting, we got our notice. So.
It's nice to have a little bit of working knowledge about how this process works to kind of help you get through it.
Absolutely.
Well, we look forward to hearing some great news about that CERB grant for helping out Lynch Creek this time. We'll talk again next week then.
Yep. We'll
And
be
have
here.
a great rest of your week here as it's 8:52. We're surfacing on out from another great conversation with Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith from the Port of Shelton.
Do you know you have access to the fastest internet in Washington State? Switch to iFiber Communications right now and take advantage of our special offers. Pay only $29.95 for 100 megabit high-speed internet, or get 3 months of internet absolutely free. That's right, $29.95 for 100 megabit speeds or 3 months of internet free. Shop, stream, and game like never before with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Call 360-427-4000 or check us online at ifiber.tv. Subject to credit approval, valid on a 24-month contract.